We have the SEC stating there is no evidence that people who were tied to the attacks did these trades. But as Corbett notes, that isn't what we asked for. There's a scene in The Fugitive, one of my favorite movies of all time, in which they're talking to a janitor who's helping the Harrison Ford character. And he answers the wrong question. They ask him a question and he says, "Oh, I haven't seen Dr. Kimball." And he says, "Oh, we didn't ask about Dr. Kimball." And so look at the answer you're giving and see if it's related to the question you were asking. So was the question they were asking that the people who did the attacks did the trades? No. The question was, did people have foreknowledge of the events? You didn't have to actually do the events to have foreknowledge of the events. Those are two different people. Could be both. But all the SEC said was there was no evidence that the people who did the attacks did the financial trades. That seems pretty reasonable. But that wasn't the question that was asked. The question was there foreknowledge? We have officials from Belgium and Germany who said that there was. We have a company, Convar, who refuses to admit or even talk about the fact that they did data recovery at one of the companies that was involved in paperless transactions on the attack. The people who were looking at suspicious transactions happening at Marsh & McLennan were all in that building for a conference call, except their supervisor who was off-site in Manhattan. Again, I'm sure it's all a coincidence. I'm sure it has nothing to do with each other. So as Corbett leads us through all these different trails, we have to ask, why does the US government not answer? In part because the US government must have been complicit in some way.